Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Hooligan
New,
Alley
sorry,
Hangout.
new webcam. I'm trying to figure out how to wave and be on camera.
and our co-host Katrina has made it to the beginning of the show finally.
I know it was the last minute, like 3 minutes before. I'm like, I should probably sign in for that.
Maybe I always have to change this. If anyone knows how, like,
I don't think
fa-
anybody does because I was on with Chuck this week, and he
in
did the same.
Facebook,
He did the same thing. He's like, wait, I got to make sure we're live
yeah,
on
because
Facebook.
it posts to like only my friends, so I have to go in and change it
Right. I
to
have a
be
feeling.
public.
I got the impression he had to do the same thing with his.
Yeah, so that way I can actually see, so people can see us and have fun. But we have our guest this week is Kurt Zauer. He is the writer and creator of Spectress and Sabanion. So we're gonna go bring him on right now. He's gonna tell us a little bit about the book, and we'll have some fun there. So, hello, Kurt. How you doing?
Good, good. What's going on? How you doing?
Not, not. Well, I'm doing all right, I guess, considering.
We're
But yeah,
here.
we're alive, and it's Friday, so
Yes, yes, good. Yes, it's so nice to be at the weekend.
yeah.
I need a little time. Need a little time to myself.
So your project, Spectres and Sabanion, it's live on Kickstarter right now for about another 20 some hours. About it ends at midnight tomorrow night. You said.
Exactly. Yep. Midnight Central Time tomorrow. So there's a little less, a little over a day left. Yeah.
So why don't you? I mean, you've probably made the rounds for the last month, but I'm sure there's still some people out here who haven't heard about your book. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody about it?
All right, thank you. It's issue 3 in my series, Spectress and Sabanion. Spectress is a ghost. She's the ghost of Cleopatra's top assassin. She has lived so long as a ghost. She's learned to make herself look solid, kind of rejoin the world of living. So she's seeking purpose, and she wants to become an archaeologist. The catch is that there's Sabanion, and he's a demon. He is a burning engine of destruction, and the two of them are bound together by an ancient curse. So as she pushes more into the world of the living, she's got to drag along Sabanion and figure out what to do with him. So that's kind of the convoluted overview of the story. The first 3 issues, Spectress is breaking Sabanion out of a prison for supernatural threats, and she wants it to go down without any violence, but things don't go as planned.
Sounds cool. Very cool.
Thank you.
And we'll get into a lot more detail about the story and look at the Kickstarter and look at some of the art and stuff for that. But like we've been starting out, we like to hit some of the news topics that I just found interesting this week in the world of comic books and things. One of the things I saw this week that Fright Night, been 40 years since that movie was out, and they're doing a comic book sequel to the original movie. The director Tom Holland, not Spider-Man Tom Holland, the actual original director from the first movie.
If Tom Holland wasn't born yet.
No, he wouldn't have been. Yeah.
Even though they did make a sequel to that movie, I don't remember when, he had nothing to do with it. So he's gone back, and I guess he was writing it was supposed to be a novel, but now they've decided to do it as a comic book. It's called Fright Night, Dead by Dawn. It's being put out by American Mythology Productions. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. And it's going to take place, I guess, a year after the film ends. It's supposed to have all the surviving casts from the movie. And I just a little note that I think, because I always think it's funny, like this isn't the first Fright Night comic series. There was one in 1988 from Now Comics, if anyone remembers Now Comics. And they did a series in 1998, but that's available to pre-order right now in previews. The first issue comes out November 24th. So that'll be interesting. I couldn't grab it. I mean, I had the covers on the website, but I couldn't. I didn't have enough time to grab it and bring it over to here. But also, I guess this week they're filming the sequel to Black Panther, and Letitia Wright, who plays I don't remember what her name is, the girl, his sister, but she was injured on the set. I guess nothing major. They're saying it was just a minor injury with a stunt rigging, and she'll be back, and it didn't slow down filming. So I know we talked about it a little bit the last time because they just announced that Riri Williams will make her debut in that film as well, before her Ironheart series that'll be on Disney Plus. Yeah. And then I just have a little bit of Flash news. For the final season of the Flash that will be starting on the CW this week, they announced that we'll be seeing Despero in this season, and they cast Tony Curran. I don't know. I didn't know who he was either. I had to go look him up. But I guess he played Vincent Van Gogh on Doctor Who, if you're a Doctor Who fan. He also played Priest in Blade 2, and he was the Invisible Man on League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So,
where nobody saw him, so.
Exactly.
A great invisible performance.
Yeah. But I guess also the premiere of The Flash is going to be the 5-episode big thing, but it's actually just going to be 5 episodes of The Flash. It's going to be called Armageddon, and they're going to be bringing back some of the other characters that we've seen. Batwoman, the Atom's going to return, Mia Smoke, who we haven't seen since Arrow ended, Black Lightning, since his show ended in May, he'll be back for that. I guess Reverse Flash is going to be back, even though what's his name left the show at the end of season 7. He's back to beat Eobard Thawne and Reverse Flash, and Damian Dark is going to be back for this big 5.
Does Reverse Flash just run backwards?
That would be funny, actually.
Sure, he could if he wanted to.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't. James knows I know nothing about any of this, so I'm just like, what would a Reverse Flash do? Do they just? Are they slow?
It depends on which Reverse Flash you're talking about. Because the one in the new DC or whatever, that's actually what he did. He slowed everything down. But it still gets confusing because is that Reverse Flash or is that Zoom? Because in the comic books, wasn't the yellow one actually Zoom? I don't know, at least the original. But that's the news we have for this week. Oh, in the season premiere of season 8, the final season of The Flash, premieres on the CW on November 16th.
So get your Thanksgiving watching on.
That's right. We got a couple things going in November. But we're here to talk about Spectress and Sabanion, and I have notes because I'm old and I can't remember stuff, so I got to take notes.
That's all right. Join the club. Trust me, I'm getting there.
Yeah. So, you gave us an idea, the pitch for Spectress and Sabanion, and I just I was hearing that. I was just wondering, did the assassin just die from old age, or is there a story behind that?
That's actually going to be explored more in issue 4, which is coming up. But she died. I don't know how much. I'm a big fan of ancient Egypt and the history. Antony and Cleopatra. Basically, she died defending the last pharaoh of Egypt. She was sent to kill the emperor, the Roman emperor. She was sent by Cleopatra, and she failed. And basically, a mission like that would mean, if you fail, your country loses, basically. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of thought about that. I'm a former military person myself. I was in the National Guard for a number of years, and just the story of Cleopatra. You have the Roman Empire not pounding on your door, and what do? What can you do? You're not as militarily strong, so maybe you can you can assassinate their emperor. I'm sure she considered that at the time, and that your whole nation would have hung in the balance in a mission like that. So imagine if you fail to assassinate the person that's going to invade your country. That's a huge task left undone. And that's that's kind of that ghost mythology is the one thing I couldn't finish in my life. So
that was good. That was going to be my next one, because usually if it's a ghost story, there's a reason why they're a ghost. It's not just, oh, I died and now I'm a ghost.
Right, yeah.
So
that's my plan. I don't know what the rest of you.
Right, I'll probably have one last Kickstarter to do when I die.
Right. The last package that didn't get mailed out.
Yeah. Well, don't give people ideas. Now someone's going to write that, and they'll be kickstarting it.
I'm going to write this down on a piece of paper, therefore it's copyrighted.
Because then you'll be the one person who backs it and don't get their stuff. That's like the...
Oh, dude, I've got a package that was mailed out like a week ago from Florida. Made it to Detroit, so 2 hours from here. I was like, okay, I'm going to get this. Today they sent it to Minnesota.
Okay.
So it may be the last Kickstarter package that never arrives.
I think 90% of the Kickstarters I back come from Florida. I don't know what that is.
This one started in Florida, yeah.
Is it the same one I got this week that was destroyed?
No, I don't. You know what? That one I've already gotten. So
okay.
At least I think I did. I back too much stuff. I lose track of what I've gotten and what I haven't gotten. And
my printer is down there, Comic Impressions, so maybe it's coming from them.
Yeah.
So
that seems like that's the one a lot of people use.
Yeah.
This one came from someplace in Florida that when I looked at the tracking, I had no idea what it was. I was like, I mean, they don't give me like the who, they just give me like the city.
Yeah, what city.
And I was like, I don't recognize this one at all. So,
yeah.
But it's probably a Kickstarter package that's now traveling the world and may eventually get back here to Michigan.
I had a package I was tracking, and I live where I live. I'm probably not even an hour away from Johnstown, which is, you don't know Pennsylvania, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But instead of it like coming, and our mail comes from the Johnstown mail post office. So instead of it going from the Johnstown post office to our post office, it went someplace else first. And I'm like,
I don't know.
I
don't know. I couldn't tell you. The post office.
This one usually goes Detroit to Lansing to me.
Okay.
And it went Detroit to Minnesota to who knows. But I did pick up another package today at the post office because where I live, they don't deliver packages. You have to go to the post office to pick them up.
They send you that little...
They slap an orange ticket in my mailbox. I go get it. But it's policy. They used to deliver here, and then the big U.S. postal people said, no, you can't deliver packages to the houses anymore. They don't deliver mail to our houses either, though. And that's where you have to either have a post office box or a mailbox on one of the two streets that they actually deliver to.
Okay, so you're out in the boonies then.
I live in a village of about 500 people.
Okay.
And this is their policy. Don't try to be sneaky and deliver a package.
She lives in the Smurf village.
I do. It's really cute. We all have little mushroom houses.
Must be quiet though, anyway.
It is fairly quiet.
Okay.
Like I tell people, my street dead ends into a cornfield. There's sounds like something from a horror movie, but
Stephen King novel, yeah.
Yeah, but you just never seem to know. But I talked to my mail lady today when I was in there, and I said, "Yeah, any idea why they'd ship it on to Minnesota?" She goes, "Yeah, because Allentown just doesn't care, because that's the actual name of the facility." She said, "We have packages that we've tracked to there. We call them, we email them, and they refuse to respond. They'll hold on to something for 3 weeks just because they can." Okay. And I said, "Well, that's great. I'm moving."
I don't blame you.
Like, come on. Like the package that I picked up today, I've been waiting over like almost 2 weeks for. It's the last of my Kickstarter things to send out.
Yeah, well, they've got a monopoly on mail delivery, so what are you going to do about it, right?
Apparently moved to a place where a friend of mine lives. He was like, yeah, my mail person's fantastic. If it's like an oversized package that won't fit in my mailbox, they'll tuck it between my screen door and my regular door. And if it's too big for even that, they wrap it in plastic and tuck it up in the awning. I'm like, wow.
That's nice.
Like mine goes, here's your package when I walk into the post office. And even then, sometimes it's questionable.
I know that.
But enough about the U.S. postal system.
Yeah, that's what can you do?
You know they're probably listening, and now all we're going to get is ads on our Facebook about.
Wait, no, now my package is going to go Minnesota to Hawaii to Guam. Exactly. I may never know what that package was. It's going to be wrapped in tape and have the note was received
damaged.
Opened. Yeah, sure it was received opened. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I did find out that if you
live cast the other night, thanks.
Yeah, so thanks for that. I did find out that if you ship things media mail, it's one way, and if for some reason that package cannot be delivered, then you have to actually pay the same amount you paid to ship it to get it back.
Oh.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either until
There's no return service on media.
There's no return service on media mail.
Wow.
So for anyone shipping media mail, keep that in mind. I said, well, the post office is welcome to any books it wants. If it gets to the person and they don't want it for some reason, well, I hope somebody enjoys it somewhere, because I'm not spending the money to get it back.
Yeah, let me pay for my own book.
It would be cheaper for me to get a new copy from my printer.
Well,
so there you are with my little educational fact of the evening.
We die, Greg. So, so back to I must have said something else. Spectress and Sabanion. So what was obviously you're the writer of the book. So you came up with the inspiration for this. I know you said that you liked Egyptian history and things like that. So was there anything else that went into your inspiration of this book?
Definitely years of role playing with my friends. Dungeons and Dragons. We played just about everything. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Marvel superheroes, Mutants and Masterminds. I think there was a Bushido game that we tried for a little while. There's Car Wars. There was, so since 5th grade, I've been playing role-playing games, and that just fills your head with a lot of crazy stories and demons and nonsense. And, I managed to survive the whole satanic, disappearance thing, which was a big scare back in the day. So I made it out. I made it alive. Yeah.
You were playing Dungeons and Dragons. You were devil worshippers.
Right. Candles and daggers and all that good stuff. But I've always liked. I was always kind of the creepy undead guy who was into that kind of stuff. Necromancers and that kind of fun stuff. And I just thought, how many ghosts? You don't get a lot of ghost heroes, so I wanted to try something a little different. I'm never satisfied with the straight up heroes in tights. I love hero stories, but I wanted to do something other than heroes in tights kind of story. So that's mostly where the inspiration comes from, just from years of gaming and having fun.
I can only think of one ghost hero, and that would be Casper.
Yeah, well, there's
the ultimate.
I don't know DC very well, but there's Deadman. I've watched a lot of the DC. The DC animation is awesome. Justice League Dark was fantastic. So, but
I remember that. Yeah, he had the weird sense of humor.
Yeah. So my character is a little bit like that, where he kind of has to possess. She has to possess people to, when she was alive, she was warrior sorceress. So today she needs to possess people if she wants to cast a spell, or if she wants to fight, or do those things, or do the more complicated things. So, and it's for me, it's like it's an interesting moral choice. If I'm going to go up against this villain and I need a body, who do I pick? Whose body can I run through the ringer if I need to? So that's kind of something I'm going to play with in the future. It's going to be a tough moral choice for her.
Pretty cool. So, obviously, she is from, ancient Egypt. What's the time frame of this book? What's the setting?
The setting is it's a modern setting. She's living in the modern world. I'm going to there are a few flashbacks here and there to when she was alive in ancient Egypt, and issue 4 is going to cover a lot of that, kind of the story of her transformation and those things, but everything else is current, basically present day.
And is this like a limited series? Is it an ongoing?
I've got enough. It's going to go in for as long as people will buy it. Honestly, I've got enough material for, at least 4 or 5 story arcs. The first one will be about 6 issues. I have a number of creepy villains in play, and they're each going to get their own arc. So yeah, as long as people enjoy it and I have success on Kickstarter and online, I can keep going for quite a while. It'll be fun.
Nice. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. I have some more questions, and I'll ask them as we're looking at it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Let me bring it up here if I can remember how to do this. One of these days, I will remember how, or my computer will actually do what I want it to do. Maybe. Come on.
I'll trade you your computer for my phone currently.
It's thinking. It's spinning. Maybe.
My phone thought it was Simone Biles and did a complete acrobatic workout the other day when I accidentally dropped it.
Oh.
It bounced off my bathroom counter, off the edge of the toilet, and off the large cast water bowl.
At least it didn't go into the toilet.
Yeah.
It probably would have been less damaged had it gone into the toilet.
Well, that's debatable.
It's so bad that even though I'm 4 months off from a new, contractually being ready for a new phone, we had to order me a new phone because the bottom third of the screen.
Oh, cracked.
It's not cracked all the way through to the glass, but you can see it's spider web out at the corner, and there's a big black splodge.
It actually
looks
broke
like so it looks like somebody dropped ink underneath the glass, and
they'll just keep growing and growing.
Every day it develops a new quirk.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm ready to drop it on purpose. I'm done.
Yeah.
So hopefully, even though I don't really have time to set up a new phone, hopefully the first of the week I'll be setting up a new phone.
Well, let's go ahead and show Spectress.
They would be happy, I'm sure, to get you a new phone.
Oh, I'm sure they were thrilled when that order came through.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. So you're funded. That's awesome.
I am. I've done so well in this past week. Last weekend I did Planet Comic-Con in Kansas City.
Okay.
And that gave me a little boost this week. But yeah, I've been really lucky to do really well in this past week. Yeah.
I froze for a second. I didn't know where my screen didn't want to load. All right. I couldn't see anything. But so we have 27 hours to go. So and we're like almost $1,000 over our goal already. So that's, I think last week, because I said we had Maug on, and she had talked about this a little bit, and I think we were just at the goal or just under it. So
Yeah.
And now my screen's gonna. And so this is the main art, like the main cover.
Right. That's the cover art by the interior artist. His name's Topper Helmers. Great guy. He and I have been working together since like 2017, I think. And this is a cover he did of the evil owl spirit. There are other things. Spectress breaks Sabanion out of a supernatural a prison for supernatural threats in the first issues here, and there are other creatures that lurk in the prison that also get free, and one of them is the evil owl spirit, and that's what features there on the cover. That's kind of a awesome. I think it's a great, awesomely gruesome kinetic cover there that he drew. Sometimes it takes you a little while to look at it, but when you take it all in, it really blows you away. I'm really impressed with this cover and really happy with it.
And so we've unlocked the bookmark, it looks like.
Yeah.
And a magnet and collector card. Wow, we're just jumping through this.
Yeah.
I'm looking to see what's on the stretch goal list. I'm still looking for ideas.
Yeah. Cool. So we have one more day. How much?
Assigned a book plate. See, I just sign them.
I do that.
I don't know if that's an ego thing or what, but I'm just I'm signing it.
I do that too, but I'm gonna get Toppers. My interior artist. He's local, so I'm gonna drive over to him and get we'll have both our signatures on him. So
very cool.
A bit of a bonus there, yeah.
Now, question: will you just ship the book plates and they can put them wherever they want, or do you have a place in the book for the book plates?
No, it'll be like a peel off sticker they can put in wherever they want. Yeah.
See it, James? That book we looked at the other day that had the blank inside.
Yeah.
That would have made sense.
Yes, but it didn't.
Kurt has no idea what we're talking about. But...
I think I have an idea. Actually, that's not a bad idea to set up a spot inside the cover. Book plate here or something.
Yeah.
Well, we both were looking at a book the other week that the inside where the credits page was, normally inside the cover there's the credits page. It was just blank. There was no credit page in the entire book.
In the whole book.
Oh, anywhere.
Anywhere in the book.
We were very puzzled by this, choice, and but it would have been a great place for a book plate.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I'm on the wrong.
Ooh, mystery bonus.
Ooh. Yes,
mystery bonus. That would push me, though. Not knowing what it is, I need to. I'm the type of person that needs to know. So I'd be like, "Let's go." I gotta know.
I hope so.
I gotta know what these are.
In the last 24 hours, let's go. We gotta get
pretty far from that, but there was a guy in Kansas City who might make a big purchase. I don't know. We'll see.
Come on, guy in Kansas City.
I hope so.
Oh, so this is like a spot UV kind of cover.
Right. We did two different colored versions of that cover, and I went with the other one for the original cover, but this was just so cool with that blue. So I decided to make this like a limited edition foil cover. only 20 available. So that's going to be printed at the printer, 1 of 20, 2 of 20. So there's only going to be 20 of those available, and they're going to have the enhanced cover. And yeah, I thought that color job was really cool, so brought that together too.
Now I'm really dumb, but what is spot UV exactly?
Well, it's an enhanced cover. This will be actually a foil cover, so it'll have like the reflective quality to the cover.
I like how that you can actually see the motion of the head being lopped in half here.
Yeah,
Like
isn't that
it's actually
amazing?
the way that they colored
Oh.
it. Yeah. Yeah, and this one here too. He's like,
Yeah, and those guys are that's the Moon Crew. Those are the team of security people that work the sub vaults on the nights of the full moon when the weird stuff happens. So it's kind of the poor bastards that guard the prison containment facility 4.
and who did all like the design work for the font and stuff? 'Cause I really like
That's a guy. His name's Brant Fowler. I met him through a comics launch, and I hire him to do all the graphics and that stuff, set that up. But I do all the text and that kind of thing.
just an idea of. And this is the 3rd book of the series, right?
Correct.
And you do have a catch-up tier.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
digital
Sure,
and hardcover and hard copy.
Yeah. And there's 3 covers.
Yep, that's a Topper Helmer's original. The middle one there is Mog Park. That's the Tarot card cover she did. And the 3rd one is by Ivan Tao. He's done a number of covers for a lot of different indie, Vault and Image, and he's done a number of covers for them.
And it's the 2 characters, I assume.
Right.
Sabanion. And what's her name? Did we ever say what her name?
Her Egyptian name is Anexi, and she has created a human identity. Her name is Rasha Rashed. So that's her human identity, her alter ego, so to speak.
That was going to be my next question, but I see it right there. 40 pages.
Yep, 36 interior pages, right? 40 with the cover.
Yeah, I've heard people like when you tell them that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because nothing like backing a book for $15 and you getting it's like 15 pages.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
$1 a page. Really
Yeah.
nice.
What a deal.
And then here are like milestone backing things, right? So instead of just having stretch goals, you had like when you're 75% funded, you got these 6 digital comics.
Yep, and that's been plussed up to 9 actually. So there's now 9.
I was just looking at the covers. Is that Nightwolf down there in the bottom right?
It is. Yep.
I'm super excited. I'm working on the next series with them.
The one that Mog's doing
The
Snowpaw.
Snowpaw, yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm editor on that one.
And
Fantastic.
Mog was on last week, and she debuted some pages from that
Oh,
book
and I
on the
missed
show.
it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see her interior art. Yeah.
And see, this is all connected. And Rob is a fellow Pittsburgher,
Okay.
so we're all connected.
There we go.
It's a small world after all.
It's 6 degrees of Mog, is what it is.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mog.
Mog did a series of tarot cards for me in addition to the covers. So this is a bunch of them got hit for milestone bonuses on my last launch, and this was the last one that hadn't been unlocked yet. So I offered it on this launch.
She actually went through last week on the show, her step-by-step process on doing that cover, and that was just amazing. From her design, how she had the 4 different designs for you to pick from, and once you picked the one, and she went through all that, and that was. Yeah,
we had fun putting that together, throwing out ideas, and like you say, she's great. She's just amazing.
And there's another one. That's a sticker.
Yeah.
And then there's Death. So we're about 108. So we need less than 20 backers to get the Knight of Swords, and that would be all of the milestone. So those are cool. And you said those were cards on a previous.
Right, right. And they're also available like these three. They're available metallic, printed in steel.
Oh.
But the other ones are just in a standard, wax covered card.
And this is just your team. That's Topper. Yeah. Wesley Wong does the colors. Dave Lentz on letters. And I'm going to ruin his name, so I'm not going to try. Chris, how'd you say his last name?
Chris Enid.
Enid. Oh, so it's actually kind of like how it's spelled. And then there's Mog. And Ivan Tao, right?
Yeah.
Does the other cover, and then Kelly Gaines is your editor.
And that's okay because it's not Chuck.
No, you don't like Chuck as an editor?
I love Chuck, but Chuck is my biggest competition. Every time I think I'm looking at a project, I hear that they've hired Chuck.
Oh no. Okay.
I love Chuck though, and luckily for him, I do a lot of work with novels. So.
Okay.
I'm getting attacked by a fly. Sorry about that.
I thought it was the ghost of Chuck. I'm telling you, don't know where he's going to pop up.
That's true.
I was on a podcast one night, and all of a sudden he was on it. I was like, "What are you doing? You're not supposed to be here."
He's everywhere, isn't he?
He really is. And
He is.
Like I said, I love Chuck. I was actually on his show earlier this week. We did an editor's edition.
Oh,
cool.
Mog.
Okay.
I see. This was supposed to be your job when I was looking at that. Mog's been commenting, and I missed all of it.
Oh no. I don't see it. How am I supposed to know she's been commenting?
Oh, you don't see them? I wonder why you don't.
Oh, wait, hold on.
You're probably not.
Oh, right. No, if I go over to comments, I do see them. I lied.
Now I see it. Hey, Mog.
I was on private chat, so I didn't see the actual comment. Sorry, Mog.
I didn't either because I was
too. How is everybody?
How are you, Mog?
I'm just trying to.
Now I feel bad.
Yeah, I know. I had this covered up because the white on the screen makes me look like a ghoul on camera. So I usually I cover that up like that.
Yeah. Until recently, I didn't have this light, and so if you watch any of my old shows, I sit in the dark like this.
Yeah. So yeah,
now I've actually got a light seat.
I had to go get a new webcam because I got a new laptop. I got a new laptop, and it's got obviously the built-in webcam, but it's at the bottom of the screen. So the angle on it was like looking up my nose constantly like this.
Yeah, it was a weird angle. She was like, it looked like she had her laptop on her lap, actually.
Like I was just leaning back, taking a nap.
She says, "Yeah, I'm here." Now I gotta see if I can. Did it go on? Maybe.
Thank you, Mom. Cheers.
See, I'm frozen now. Every time I touch something, I freeze. But I'm sure you all can still hear me. I just can't see anybody. I can't see anybody. That's all. Because this great computer I have, I don't understand why it works all week until I do this. But anywho, I can keep going as long as it doesn't kick me out like it did one week. And so I had two guests. I was all by myself because Katrina wasn't here, and for somehow it kicked me out of my own show. So the two guests had to talk while I came back. It was like, talk amongst yourselves. Let me give you a topic. But anywho, so we just looked at your creative team and talked a little bit. How did you get connected with these other? That's always a big thing I see in a lot of different. Like, how do you find an artist? How do you find Oh, look, I'm back. I can see myself again.
Welcome back to you.
Thanks.
Yeah, Topper, I met at a show here in Illinois, a small show, and what's funny is I do IT full time, and he had a problem with a tablet or something. He asked me to fix it because we were across whatever aisle from each other. So then we just got to talking, and he was excited to. I was looking for an artist, and he was excited to do. He wanted to do another book. He's like, I want to do a comic book. Let's make it happen. And so, boom! We connected really well, and I'm really happy with his artwork. And so we work together now on 3 issues, and pretty much 4 is just about done, honestly, as far as pencils and inks go. So that's going to be an he loves an exciting issue. He loves the it's kind of a flashback to ancient Egypt and the invasion of the Romans, and he loves that kind of that look, that flavor, you know. So he's really cranked it out of the park. God, just wait till you see it. You know, I can't wait to get a few some of his artwork out there. It's gonna blow people away.
It's always good when you can find an artist who enjoys the story. You know, so they're not just doing it to get it over with kind of stuff. You know, they can get into it, and they usually end up supporting it more than if it's just somebody who took the money and did the work, and you know. But so do you have any other kind of comic related projects that you've worked on in the past or you're working on now?
I've got a script, and I've been poking Mog about it. I'm not sure if she's ready. I think she's got a full plate right now, but it's called Ruxy Vampire. It's going to be a vampire that wakes up in 1920s Chicago, and she gets caught up in the whole Prohibition, gangland violence, and the glamour and the glitz and the speakeasies and the illicit booze and all those things of Chicago in that time period. So it's going to be a little lighter in tone than this one, but still kind of a supernatural, crazy. It's going to be fun. I've got a number of cover artists already together, and it's going to share a tangential connection to Spectress and Sabanion, because they've been around in time for so long. I can really go back and do different stories in different time periods whenever I want, because they've been alive since, for 2,000 years. So I have that flexibility to play with the time and the place. So yeah, I've always kind of loved the old gangster movies and the old gangster slang. I'm going to work a lot of slang into it, and as much as I can, and maybe have a little a little glossary in the back so that people can translate the slang and maybe read it a second time. We'll see. It'll be fun though. It's going to be a blast.
Actually, my first comic, I started it way back. I remember in the 90s sometime. But the first one I released in 2015 is about vampires and the mob. So mine takes place like in the future, but it's still like it's a futuristic kind of place. But yeah, it's the same kind of thing, kind of in that same vein where it's like almost like Prohibition kind of stuff, and there's vampire mobsters. So.
Dirty yellow rat. That's right. It's going to be just like that.
You killed my brother.
So, but yeah, good times. It's going to be. The script. I got about 4 pages left. I'm having trouble ending it, coming out with a big bang at the end. But it's. It
almost sounds like you need an editor.
Maybe.
I know this guy. His name is Chuck.
Oh yeah, that's so funny. I hate to.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but yeah, no. We'll see. Well, maybe if you want to have a look at it. I could always use some input and just to help me smooth it out and make it flow right. Yeah.
I keep getting these notifications. I never get notifications, email notifications. For some reason tonight, I just keep getting these email notifications come across.
I keep out of the corner of my eye. I'm seeing the kitten trying to walk along the top of the laundry room door.
Again?
Yeah, on top of the door. I'm like, what is the matter with you?
Last week he was knocking all kinds of crap down in there.
Yeah. Last week it was, Bongo, what you knocking down now? This week he's trying to commit cat suicide off the top of the door or something. I don't know.
He's training to be the next Black Panther.
He is, yeah. He's training for an American Ninja Warrior or something.
He's got 9 lives. He might as well.
He's only what, about 15 weeks old, so he's got some. I prefer if he didn't use them all up in the first, few months, but
that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
He's a hoot.
One of the other things I wanted to ask, I have it written down in my notes and I forgot to. So, obviously you said you were big into like Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy stuff. Would you consider this book to be a fantasy book, even though it doesn't take place like in your stereotypical fantasy setting?
I guess I consider it more of a supernatural type story. I guess if you had to compare it to something, it would be like a Justice League Dark or like a Constantine, kind of in that vein. More magic and things that go bump in the night, and some of the nastier stuff. That's what I like. So the grittier, nastier stuff is kind of my thing. So.
Yeah, and I sent you the questions before the interview, and you had said about you became a fan of Dungeons and Dragons whenever your teacher took your book away from you.
At that time, it was I had it at school, and it was bad at that time, and he took it away from me. He starts quizzing me, what's a campaign, what's a scenario, and all these things, and it's doing that.
Turning a perfectly good book into education.
Yeah. It didn't work though, because I still stuck with it. And, I've been playing with my crew of buddies for ever since then. It's amazing how long it's been, but we still get together. Obviously, we're all grown up now, and we have things to do. Mm-hmm. But we make time. We try to make time once a month or so, and we get together and still game. It's a good time.
It just made me laugh because I kind of do you remember what edition it was?
It was first edition.
Oh wow, okay.
Oh yeah, I'm older than I look.
Well, I trust me, I get the.
You just have old school preferences. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh no, it was first edition. We've played through all of them, and then we. And 3, I don't know how much you know about this, but after 3.5, we moved over to Pathfinder and haven't gone back to D&D since then. Although D&D version 5, I guess now is really popular and really, popularizing the game, making it big. But we haven't made that switch yet.
The 2 of my kids just recently started playing.
Okay.
So they have
I think
Sunday group that they get together with, and.
Yeah, my boys have just started playing a long ago.
Yeah.
But I think with the pandemic and then like with Roll20 and things and Discord really it lets you.
Well, what I'm impressed by is the fact that they're not using like Roll20 and Discord. They're actually sitting down at a table together and playing what I would consider old school.
Yeah.
That's the best way to play.
For a while on Mondays, like right now we're on break, but we play. There's a Star Wars one. It was Edge of the Empire is what it originally was called. It came out, I want to say 6 years ago or something. And we play with, I'm the oldest person that plays, and then a bunch of us other, there's like college kids that play with us. And I have another friend who's like an adult, probably 10, 15 years younger than I am.
But I think that's a good thing, though. I think it's one of those things that can bring us all together kind of across generations.
Yeah.
And it's something that we can share together, not just, not that they invite me to play.
Yeah.
Mom, we live in our own apartments now. We have our own lives. We don't.
Yeah. They're not that cool.
Until we need laundry done, and then we'll remember me.
Yeah, when they don't want to pay for laundry, then suddenly Mom's a hero again.
Oh.
Or the other day when one of them wanted to buy shorts. And I got a phone call from Walmart going, So I got these shorts in the usual size, but they're too small. Should I go up one size or two? And I said, why don't you try the dressing room? Try them on. I don't psychically know what size pants you need. He's like, well, I figured you had more experience buying clothes for other people than I do. And I said, no. Go try them on. I said, or, take them home, and if they don't fit, take them back.
There you go.
Like most of us guys do.
My favorite one for the week was, I'm at the store. What's the difference between laundry soap and fabric softener?
I even know that.
I said, well, fabric softener isn't going to wash your clothes.
It just makes it smell better.
And it makes it less stiff coming out of the dryer. Yeah. That's about the. So I need
it
laundry
literally
soap.
softens your fabric.
It's kind of in the name. But it's good to be needed.
That's right.
It lets you wear your shirt so it doesn't rub the skin off of you.
They still got to learn those life skills. Yeah.
Yeah. And he goes, well, that might explain why my laundry hasn't been feeling as clean lately. that might be it.
But it smells really good, Ma.
But it smells really good. I was like, well, good to know I'm needed, and go buy some laundry soap.
Yeah.
That's great. And then you got to put dryer sheets in with the dryer, even though you use fabric softener. You still got to put dryer sheets.
Right. Well, because the dryer sheets are for anti-static.
Yeah, but you better make sure you let them know they got to put dryer sheets in.
Dryer sheets too, guys. Maybe I should just, make up a list.
How did you separate your laundry?
Well, the funny thing is, the one that's calling me is the one that I didn't raise. He's the one that we adopted at around 18. So he's never really had to just kind of. He wasn't at my house where I started my kids doing laundry at 9.
Yeah. So
my other two know, the laundry ins and outs, but okay. I'm still teaching the other one.
Well, they still need you. That's always good.
Yeah. Oh.
They'll need me come Christmas and their birthdays. Nah, they're good kids. It's just a little weird for me to have them old enough to be in their own apartments and doing their own thing all the time.
Yeah, we just had that recently too. Our second oldest son, he turned 18 in December. He graduated high school in June, and then a couple weeks ago he moved out. So yeah, so his mother was having the breakdown because he's 18. I was like, you moved in with me when you were still in high school in 18. So you can't get mad at him.
And so I said, I'm like, you guys can't be old enough. And my youngest looks at me. He goes, how old were you when you married Dad? 19.
Wow. Yeah.
I said, but that didn't work, did it?
Times were different. Times different back then.
I said, it didn't work, so learn from me. Don't do it.
Plenty of time for that, right?
Oh, yeah. And I'm lucky. He's got an excellent girlfriend, and they've already kind of got things planned out where they've been together for 3 years now, but nobody's getting married until they both have finished their bachelor's degrees and are both in grad school, and nobody's having kids until after grad school, and they're being smart about it.
That is good, yeah.
They just keep adopting cats. No, I say that she has a kitten named Banjo, and she's taking Banjo to school with her. She goes to University of Michigan, and
Amazing Blue.
My youngest decided he was going to adopt a kitten, then signed it, but then realized that when he signed his lease, it's to a no pet facility. So I'm fostering him for 2 years.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure that makes him my cat.
Yeah. He can get another one.
Yeah. I said, okay, I'm fostering. Good to know.
2 years. Yeah. That's adopting. That's not fostering.
That's 14 years in cat life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The cat's a teenager. If I've got to go that far, that's it. Cat's mine.
All right. So we'll get ready to wrap up here in the next few minutes. But Kurt, what kind of advice would you give for like an aspiring comic book writer who wanted to get into this crazy world that we're all in, and which I try to tell them not to, but
Well,
I know our first advice is always to run like crazy.
don't do it.
Yeah. Well, your question really, I mean, for me, it's patience. It's taking your time. You're not gonna just leap into success, and unless you're lucky, maybe, but just keep at it. And honestly, get an editor when you first start. Get an editor. But
I'm not going to say that's bad advice.
Yeah. Be patient. Be patient with yourself. You'll see other people have more success than you, and that's fine. That's just life. But you just be patient, and especially now I'm on issue 3, and I've been so lucky. I've had such great success with this issue. After there's the dead zone. I'm sure you both know how crushingly
It's terrifying that is.
Right. But I got through it, and just from there it just took off, and I'm just so grateful. So this has really been a big boost for me, and I really think this is something now that I can dig my teeth deeper into. I can do more of, and people will like it. People will buy it. People are interested in my story. So just, keep at it and be patient. Patience is not something I'm really good at, but I'm being forced to learn it, honestly, in getting into writing comics. So, and that's, it's a good lesson to learn, and just be ready. Be ready to make your way in slowly but surely. So
It's something I always tell people. I say, I'm not a doctor. I don't have patience.
Yeah. It's hard.
I think it's hard for a lot of creatives.
Yeah.
We're just like, we're so excited, like look, and we're like,
yeah. You're like, you're gonna love it. Trust me. Just buy.
Right, just buy it. It's
You're gonna
great.
love it just as much as I do.
Promise. Yeah, just as much as I do.
Yeah.
Although
exactly.
depending on the day of the week, you might not want to use that phrase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my stuff right until I publish it, and then I go, oh, was that really as good as I thought it was?
Hey,
there's that.
I'm suffering from that right now. I can tell.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that too, but there's always the trade paperback where you can fix everything.
That's right.
Well, my problem was
Second print run.
I had a book that was finished, and then after my Kickstarter, I decided I didn't like it, so I hired an artist to do it. And now it's been delayed for months and months and months, and now I'm going back. It's like I should just get my book printed, the one I've already finished, and
Wow. Yeah. Boy, that's a tough position to be in there. Yeah.
So, but it just gave me time to work on the things I didn't like about issues 2, 3, and 4. So those can be ready to go. Scott.
Get her done.
Right.
Thanks, James. Yep. That's exactly it. Keep at it.
That's the best advice you can give. Get it done. Keep going.
Whatever happened to that guy? Is he still around?
Yep.
The Get Her Done guy.
Yeah, he's still around.
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Larry the Cable Guy.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
But so we have less than I guess we got, for us here, what time is 10? So you got 12, 26, 27 hours left on your campaign. We're already funded, but we want to get those last couple stretch goals.
Come on, I gotta know what they are.
Yeah, so we need to get was it $5,000 and $6,000 or
$550? All right, let's see if I can fill you in on the secret here.
Oh, here we go.
Upgraded covers and what was the other one? But Stretch goals, stretch goals. Yeah, the $6,000 one is still to be determined.
Ah.
So if I get there,
See, that's where my old
prob-
man stuff comes in handy. I write all my notes down.
It'll probably be maybe a metallic tarot card, but I gotta think about how that'll work. We'll see.
Well, I will make sure I continue to share this out as I have all week when Mog was on last week, and we'll try to push that up. Well, I guess only through tomorrow. I guess really, I don't have to go all week, but I'll make sure I put it on all of our places. I forget what they're called. Social media
location.
Thank you so much.
And I'll
I appreciate your time.
And just let everyone know where they can find you if they would like to find some of your other stuff or to follow you on the interwebs.
Yep, you can. I'll put it here. On kgcomics.com, CAGEY comics.com is my website. I'm also on Instagram and Facebook, and I have Twitter, but I don't really do much tweeting. So, and if you want to find me on Kickstarter, you could just search me on Kickstarter, put my name in, or Spectress and Sabanion, and it'll come up.
Well, thank you for stopping by the alley and hanging out with us tonight. So let everybody know. You can come back anytime. You're welcome. You don't always need to be pushing something. Sometimes we just like to hang out and talk some comics and have fun.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for stopping by. And do you have any con appearances or anything coming up in the near future or anything you wanted to?
Tomorrow I will be at DuPage Comic Con in Illinois. And tomorrow's my final day. And then I'm also doing next month the Bizarre Bazaar and Peoria Con. So those are more smaller Illinois, more local shows. I hope to get into C2E2. Fingers crossed for that. We'll see. And I'm also doing Wizard World Chicago. So
you'll have to let me know how that goes.
I was going to say, is Wizard World going to stay titled Wizard World now that they've been bought out?
Yeah, because it's too big of a name. That'd be like someone buying New York Comic Con and then not calling it New York
and changing the name.
Yeah. I think they're calling it Chicago Wizard Expo or something. Okay. This year it'll still be Wizard World, but next year they're changing it to Chicago Fan Expo or something, Wizard Fan Expo, something like that.
I'll have to check with you, see how that goes, because I've heard mixed things with Wizard. I mean, I'm also a cosplayer, and I've been to many Wizard Worlds, and I've never really been happy with them. And
I haven't had the best luck. Yeah. I've done Wizard World Chicago and Madison, and they're all right, you know.
It's kind of those pop culture cons more than anything else, which is weird because Wizard started as a comic book magazine. You know, like
I know. I always hear people talking about the good old days about how Wizard World used to be the biggest,
comic-based convention.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully next year they'll make it better.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get out to C2E2 this year. That's
one I've always wanted to go to.
I did the last one right before everything shut down.
Yeah. I haven't gotten in yet, but fingers crossed for this year.
I attended that one with a pro badge.
Oh, cool.
So that'll probably be. I'm not quite ready to table anything that big. I've got my first table coming up in March. So it's at a little teeny tiny mall convention.
Oh, fun. Okay.
So it'll be fun, but so I'm starting really small. and I'll maybe eventually build my way up to C2E2. I'm not quite there yet.
Yeah. And anybody's watching who liked Maud's work, I know she's going to be at Silicon Valley Con this weekend. So he says,
Do I know you, James?
that's what's her name?
Can't call me.
Call me. Do I know you? Perhaps you should call me.
Call me Cat. Isn't that like something?
Yeah. Okay, Cat. Good to meet you.
Well, I always thought his name was Scott. I don't.
Message me on Facebook and we'll chat.
Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna go on that note. Somebody's hitting up Katrina in the chat.
Hey, John. No way, I'm here. I know. It's like
who would have thought, right?
I know they're mocking me because I was on so many shows. He just made me the co-host.
Yeah. I didn't want to buy her. This would be her 7th time. I didn't want to have to buy her a 5-timers club smoking jacket, so we just made her part of the show. All right. Well, good night, everybody.
Oh no! Now they're fighting over me.
It's like
Brock Lesnar. Come on now, my hair may be in a little tiny ponytail like his was, but I think it's better than his.
Oh, it took me forever to figure out what that was on his head.
That was on his head. That's pretty bad.
And Kurt has no idea what we're talking about.
Kurt's just like, I don't watch wrestling. What are you talking about?
I'm all right.
All right, guys.
All right.
If you want to reach me, find me on Facebook and we'll chat about, I don't know, chatty stuff.
Chatty stuff. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by and checking out the show. Make sure you go check out Spectress Sabanion on Kickstarter. You have 27 hours to go. Get yourself an awesome looking comic. Even pick up those the previous issues. You can get all caught up. So whenever they're ready to launch 4, you'll be ready. Hey, don't make fun of my bad hair. I'm just glad I have hair. Okay.
He's got a headset on. He gets a pass for that.
I usually have my hat on. Not much of it though. That's why
That's why he's got the hat on.
That's why I usually wear the hat. But good night, everybody. Thanks for coming by. And
thank you so much.
Have a awesome night.